Well, hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and I am back once again talking about Telcoin. And remember, nothing I say on this channel is financial advice. Thank you to those who commented on my recent Telcoin video or they gave a like. Any people that recently subscribed to the channel, I want to give a special shout out again to TelFam. So I thank you. Or if you're just somebody that just kind of stumbled across my channel, wanted to learn a little bit more about a crypto project, I thank you for listening. So the thing I kind of want to talk about is I kind of feel like Telcoin is just one of those crypto projects that could potentially shock the world. And I'm going to kind of make several points as to why I feel Telcoin could be such a coin. The first thing we want to kind of look at with Telcoin is the price action, right? So looking at the price, that's kind of how it was sitting before its nice run up to that 6 cents price target May of 2021, right? But then after that, kind of after the bull run, it just kind of just tapered down and we're kind of below here. So we're currently sitting at a 0.0015 price. And, for me, I've been kind of like dollar cost averaging into those low price points because I believe in the project. But also, I feel in the next bull run, for me personally, I think Telcoin could potentially reach that roughly between that 10 cents and 25-cent range. And I've said that on my previous Telcoins videos. If you kind of dig through my videos, I have Telcoin content out there that I've talked about this project in the past. But I think 10 cents to 25 cents is a nice run up. So it would be, kind of a higher high from that previous all time high. But also, again, more and more crypto adoption will happen in 2025. More and more companies will be looking towards blockchain technology, or more and more people will be looking for undervalued crypto projects. And Telcoin is one of them. So, another reason why I feel Telcoin could potentially be one of those crypto projects that shock the world is with Telcoin. Essentially, they helped build out the Nebraska LB649 Act, right? So this a Nebraska bill is LB649, and this is essentially the Financial Innovation Act, right? With Telcoin, so they worked with lawmakers, right, to kind of talk about how a crypto bill should be. And that's the thing with Telcoin. They didn't go in and just start doing stuff. They asked for permission, but not only did they ask permission to kind of build out their crypto platform in the United States, but they work with legislators in Nebraska. They're also kind of doing their thing as far as going to Washington, D.C. and working with regulators. As you can see, CEO Paul Nooner, he's had meetings in D.C., kind of finding out ways that we can do things better in the crypto space, but also working with regulators, right? So compliance first is regulated. Again, another reason why I feel Telcoin is positioned because future technology that people in the future they're going to be looking to partner with a company that really doesn't pose much risk. They have kind of done things the right way, and you kind of when you've kind of worked with regulators, right, you work with them, they're going to be put a word out for you and say, hey banks, why don't you work with Telcoin, right? They kind of helped us. And as it says right here, signed into law in late May, LB649 on the Nebraska Financial Innovation Act will create digital asset depositories or banks that trade cryptocurrency in the state. So Tailcoin's main objective is to be a digital asset depository or a digital asset bank. They are trying to be the first of its kind, right? Nobody knows what that looks but like, but that again, that's future innovation, right? And then also, existing banks in Nebraska have the opportunity to create a department that works with cryptocurrency. So you have Telcoin as a digital asset depository or digital asset bank, but also additional banks in Nebraska will be able to have a crypto department, right? So that is huge. And by Nebraska and Telcoin kind of being forward thinking, creating crypto bills, this will continue to expand outward into the United States. But the goal is to do the work, get the bills written, and make things happen. So, but definitely cool to see that Telcoin is regulated. So, another point that I had wanted to kind of bring up would be, kind of the telecom providers, because Telcoin's whole main objective is to kind of bank the unbanked. That's kind of their main objective. So if we go down to the Rivendell piece of it, the goal of Rivendell or their Tel network. So basically, Rivendell enables mobile networks to provide blockchain-based non-custodial financial services to their subscribers. So imagine telecom providers. Let's just throw stuff out there. Any telecom provider you can think of, they would be able to provide blockchain type services to their customers without having to have a bank, right? So there's like billions and billions of people who have a cell phone and they're unbanked. The main goal of Telcoin is to bank the unbanked. So you'll be able to have these telecom providers, right? And they provide services without needing to be a bank or custodial funds. So that's huge. So imagine Telcoin services being within an app of these Telcoin mobile providers, right? And then again, so mobile network operators can launch both standalone, so they can Telcoin can kind of integrate and have kind of standalone type services, or maybe a full stack of automated financial applications that can be customized to meet the demands of your local market. So that's a couple of things there. Again, the price action of Telcoin in the future, right? We have the Nebraska LB649 written into law. Telcoin is a regulated company, and then essentially expanding the Telcoin brand through telecom providers, because Telcoin type services will be able to be added within um, the telecom networks. That's a game changer, right? And then on top of that, there's an added bonus for the telecom industry, because GSMA full member MNOs have the exclusive right to run transaction nodes and earn network fees. So by them helping support the Telcoin network, telecom providers in a sense can run nodes and then earn transaction fees, so earn additional rewards by being a good steward to the system. So again, another reason why, Telcoin is primed to be a big dog in the future. So not only that, so let's kind of go back and look at what else. Again, Telcoin continues to build. We have the Telcoin app, in which you know, you can send like remittance transfer payments within the app, right, at a low cost. So within the app, you can here's an example of what you could do and the low cost of fees. So more and more people in the future will be looking for a solution in which they can send remittance transfer payments at a cheap price. And Telcoin, again, they're beating the industry standard as far as a cost perspective, because people, when they send their payments, are going to be looking to at least save on some money. And then kind of going back again to the app, you can, again, not only send the remittances, but you can also deposit. You can do your trade with the different cryptocurrencies within the app, which they continue to kind of build out. And then here's kind of an example of, sending USD to a loved one. And then kind of looking further, Telex, that moved mobile. So they moved the Telex exchange to mobile, so they made it more mobile friendly. But the whole point of Telex, again, that's another piece, but with Telex, that is like another piece in which you can provide liquidity to the network. So let's see if we can take a quick look into Telex. Again, as you noticed, you're seeing more and more pieces, kind of regarding Telex, right? And regarding Telcoin, there's just like a lot of layers to it. And again, like if you're providing liquidity in these particular pools, you will be able to earn rewards, whether you pair Tel with USDC, whether you pair, again, here's another pool where you pair Tel with USDC on Balancer and you earn rewards, right? So that's definitely, kind of cool to see. And I want to say, let me go back. So here's something else interesting I saw. So not only is not only has the Telex exchange moved to mobile, but and made it more user friendly, but they're also expanding the pools. So it almost looks like they will be adding potentially additional pools in the future. So as you can see here on Balancer, there's a lot of coming soon here, right? There's a Tel and Maker liquidity pair that will be coming soon on the Telex exchange, right? So this is kind of new to me. So this shows me that Telcoin is continuing to build, right? And this wasn't even disclosed to anybody, but it looks like they're kind of building this out and providing more liquidity pairs, which is coming soon. So definitely cool to see that. And then, kind of going back, if we go to the newsroom, remember with Telcoin, they expanded into Europe, into several countries, Lithuania being the first. And then I don't know if we can go back. Yep. But pretty much the short and sweet of it, they've expanded into Europe, Lithuania, Sweden, I believe, is one. Um, I want to say Germany, but several countries, they continue to expand in Europe. Let me see if this will let me expand. We're going to kind of go back a little bit real quick to see the different projects. because it's been a minute since I looked at the countries that they expanded to in Europe. Okay, so they expanded to France, Italy, Sweden, and Poland, right? Which will be more and more users. And then they also expanded to Portugal. I'm just kind of going back. Germany is another one. Thank you for bearing with me. Just kind of scrolling up. Yep. Germany, Netherlands, and Portugal. So you get the point what I'm trying to explain. And not only that, they're expanding their footprint into Africa as well with the whole incentive of sending money from Canada to Rwanda and having the billboard type advertisement in Rwanda. So, again, Telcoin, in my opinion, is one of those crypto projects that will indeed shock the world. Where, again, if you're loading up at these low prices and looking into 2025, that price action could be around that 10 cents to 25 cents range. It's regulated. They work with lawmakers to help create crypto bills such as LB649. They're looking to be a digital asset bank. They have several partnerships in the work with Telecom Providers that will provide non custodial services to subscribers. They have the low cost of remittance transfer fees where you can send money to a loved one overseas at a low cost. You can trade your crypto on the Telcoin app. More and more upgrades to the Telex exchange. A lot is in the works. And then also, lastly, behind the scenes, the William Myers and team have been working to make the app more stable so that anticipation of all the volume that's going to come through the app, right? And then you as a Telcoin investor, if you're staking within the Telcoin app, you can earn rewards off of the transaction fees in which people you refer to the app. So let's say, you sign on under somebody, but you also use your own referral link within the app and you refer that to other people. Each time they make a transaction, you have an opportunity to make Telcoin rewards off those transaction fees. So the more Telcoin you have staked in the app, the greater rewards that you will get. So I hope this video on Telcoin was a little bit more expansive into the potential massive scale that Telcoin can go in the future. And it gave a broader, talking point about all the things that Telcoin is doing and all the things that they are building. So I want to thank you guys again for listening today, and thanks for stopping by.